Uh-oh. Aha. Hey, well, I'm a friend, the stranger in the back seat of what you hope inside my car. I need you, love you, I need you, love you. Great God in heaven, you know I love you. Da 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 da. Ha ha. Just kidding. Let's get back to learn to Dhamma. Ah ha ha. Hello, everyone. Welcome to my video. Today is Tuesday, the 26th of October 2021. My name is Dan Guitar from Thailand. In this video, I like to talk about the true Dhamma or Nirvana for only people who have the most wisdom. If you are a real person who wants to attain Nirvana in this life, aha, you have to listen to me only, because I am Arhat in Thailand. I'm ready to help everyone on this earth to attain Nirvana in this life as well. I'm ready, aha, but are you ready? The topic to speak in this video, let's take a look. Whether you are Theravada or Zen Buddhism practitioner, the meaning of language doesn't really exist. Wow! Topic to speak in this video, I say, whether you are Theravada or Zen Buddhism practitioner, the language, the meaning of language doesn't really exist. Oh, why did I say that? Let me explain. You know, if you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety, you must try to understand. You must try to understand the following story I will say. You know, the following story I will say is not ridiculous, but it's very hard to understand, or hardly impossible to understand, or you don't want to understand because you have never heard someone say it like me before. I say, whether you are Theravada or Zen Buddhism practitioner, the meaning of language doesn't really exist. Why did I say that? You know, the language we use in everyday life, whether spoken language or written language, both of these languages, it's just the fictional language. It was created by humans on this earth for communication, understanding temporality. We use the language from birth to death until we believe it's true. Where can I find the meaning of the language? As I told you, the true Dhamma in Buddhism is not possible to teach it either, because there's nothing to teach. And the most important is there's no language to say. I often speak, the true Dhamma in Buddhism, there's nothing to teach, and there's no language to say, because the meaning of the language is just the fictional language. The meaning of the language cannot describe anything, because the meaning of the language is just the fictional language. It doesn't mean really a language. Can you understand me? If you are a smart person, when you listen to me, you must be broad-minded to listen and without prejudice to me. I hope that you are a smart person who can understand in this talk. Those who can understand in this talk, it must be called an individual person. That how many people are there? I say, those who can understand in this talk, it must be called an individual person. That how many people are there? Because the following story I will say is very hard to understand, or you don't want to understand because you have never heard someone say it like me before. I say, the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. Therefore, the meaning of the language cannot describe anything, because the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. But in this video, please believe temporarily, the meaning of the language is clear. That first understanding each other in this video, in order to not have to understand each other anymore. I say this, that is self-will. I say, please believe him politely in this video. The meaning of the language is clear. That first understanding each other. That first understanding each other in this video, in order to not have to understand each other anymore. I said it, that is selfish. You may accuse me I'm crazy. No, not at all. I am Arahant in Thailand. Can you understand me? If you want to solve life problem, if you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety, you must try to understand about the story of the language. In reality, the language describes itself. The language cannot describe what you see or hear now, because the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. You know, in the teaching of Zen, Master Huang Bo said that dualistic thinking and logical thought are the barrier to achieve enlightenment. Can you understand me? If you are a practitioner in Zen Buddhism, Master Huang Bo said that dualistic thinking and logical thinking are the barrier to achieve enlightenment. Can you understand me? I want to say that in reality, the meaning of the language, it does really exist. Therefore, the story of dualistic thinking and logical thought, it doesn't really exist as well. If you are a practitioner in Zen Buddhism, Master Huang Bo said that dualistic thinking and logical thought are the barrier to achieve enlightenment. Where can I find the meaning of dualistic thinking? Where can I find the meaning of logical thought? It's just the belief in the fictional language. But in reality, the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of dualistic thinking. Don't be afraid of logical thought. Because the meaning of logical thought, dualistic thinking, is just the belief in the meaning of the language. But the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. The language is just the belief in the meaning of the fictional language. Wow! Can you understand me? I believe that if you are a practitioner in Zen Buddhism, can you understand me? I say, if you are a practitioner in Zen Buddhism, Master Huang Bo said that dualistic thinking and logical thought are the barrier to achieve enlightenment. Don't be afraid of it. Don't be afraid of it. Because the story about dualistic thinking and logical thought, it doesn't really exist. Logical thought and dualistic thinking is just the belief in the meaning of the fictional language. But the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. Don't be afraid of it. Can you understand me? In this talk, in this video, I say, whether you are Theravada or Zen Buddhism, please listen. The meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. The meaning of the language describes itself. For example, I show you the word, the sentence, I love you. Where can I find the meaning of I love you? Or I hate you. The word I hate you and I love you, it's just the belief in the meaning of the language. But the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. Don't be afraid of the word I love you. Even the word, I have something to show you. The word fuck you. You get angry because you believe in the meaning of fuck you. Where can I find the meaning of fuck you? The meaning of fuck you is just it's just a belief in the meaning of the fictional language. But the meaning of the fictional language, it doesn't really exist. Don't be afraid of the meaning of the word. Fuck you, fuck you. Where can I find the meaning of fuck you? Where can I find the meaning of I hate you? Where can I find the meaning of I love you? It's just the belief in the meaning of the fictional language. But the meaning of the fictional language, it doesn't really exist. Can you understand me? I say I love you. You were taught to believe. If I say I love you, if I say I love you, I love you. Please listen meticulously to the explanation for understanding. I say I love you. You were taught to believe. The word I say I love you. We like it like this. Like this. I love you. You were taught to believe. If I say I love you is spoken language, and I love you, what you see now is written language. I say I love you, I say I love you. You can write it. We write it, and I say I love you, I love you, I love you. It depends on how we want to teach to believe. Can you understand me? I say I love you. This is spoken language, but written language is like this. You know, today you were taught to believe. If I say I love you, spoken language. This is written language. I love you. Tomorrow we can change. I love you. Spoken language. This is I love you. This is written language. Oh, I said it as a Soviet because I want you to know that the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. The word depression and anxiety, suffer, happiness, it doesn't really exist as well. Can you understand me? If you want to overcome anger, overcome suffering, overcome depression and anxiety, you must try to understand about the language. The language, it doesn't really exist, as I told you. The true Dhamma in Buddhism cannot teach each other because there's nothing to teach. Why do you say that? There's nothing to teach because the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. Can you understand me? The language cannot describe anything because the meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. As I told you, please believe temporarily. The language I use in this video is real. That first understanding each other in this video in order to not have to understand each other anymore. I say in order to not have to understand each other anymore. I said it that sounds weird because you have never heard someone say it like me before. You know, those who can understand this talk, it must become an individual person. That how many people are there? The story in this talk is suitable for the people who have the most wisdom like you. I hope that you are a smart person who can understand in this talk. And then you will have opportunity to solve that problem, to overcome anger, overcome depression and anxiety. And finally, you will have opportunity to attain this life. The story in this talk, I don't teach you anything, but I say I have to borrow the fictional language to create content and story to talk to you first understanding about the flavors I say was hard process. Because the idea is the heart of physical false suffering. Can you understand me? กราบหนึ่งกราบสองกราบสามคุณเข้าใจผมไหม Can you understand me? ความหมายของภาษาไม่มีอยู่จริง The meaning of the language, it doesn't really exist. Therefore, the word suffering, happiness, anger, depression and anxiety, it's just the belief in the meaning of the fictional language. Where can I find the meaning of anger, suffering? Where can I find the meaning of happiness, depression, and anxiety? It's such the belief. Can you understand me? It's such the belief. As I told you, the topic to speak in this video, I say, whether you are Theravada or Zen Buddhism, please listen. The meaning, please listen meticulously. The meaning of blank word, it doesn't really exist. Nothing more to say than this. Please bear in mind.